Hi everybody, this is Living Life with Donna. I didn't get a chance to do the couch chat, but we're just going to do a little chit chat right now. I'm going to do a recipe with the roasted veggies. And the roasted veggies, I just got whatever's on, you just do whatever's on hand. If you're new to my channel, like and subscribe. I've been doing a lot of little couch chats and haven't done it in a couple of days. But anyway, today we're going to do a recipe. So I've got a squash. You can use yellow. You can use zucchini. I got a little bit of an onion left. I don't know if there might be more. Potatoes. Some caprini tomatoes, a little tiny tomatoes, and some carrots. And I'm using the computer today. I've been using my phone because the GoPro, of course, is charging, and then half the time it tells me that something's corrupted and it can't do it. So I don't know, this might be a little fuzzy, I'm not sure. So it's my first time trying it out, so bear with me with that. I hope it's light enough. I shut the kitchen light off. Let me turn it on. I don't know if that makes it too brighter, I don't know. But anyway, I've already got my oven preheated to 395. You can do between 350, 395, depending on what kind of vegetables that you have. The tomatoes are going to cook faster than the potatoes. The potatoes will take the longest. Let me see if I do have another onion in here in my little drawer. I don't think I do, because they taste so good when you, of course it's a mess in here, but anyway, that's all I got. So I'm just going to start. I've got my sheet pans. You can use this, you can use a casserole dish. I mean, you really can do anything you want. And let me just, I know I'm in the camera here. I've got, now you can use corn oil. See if I can put, or you could, that's balsamic vinegar. Or you can use olive oil. So I'm going to use olive oil today, extra virgin. But I mean, you can use any type of oil you want. Coconut oil, but now the coconut will give it a taste, like a coconutty taste. Corn oil, grapeseed oil, and I just got some on my hands, of course, because it's spilt. The dog's laying down. I wore her out a little bit, so Molly, where are you? Molly, I need to go check on her. Where I go, there she is. Oh, the puppy's so tired, yeah. And I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on my pan. Just a little bit. And you can use any seasonings you want. I got some pepper. I got some sea salt. And I think that's, but you can do, I've done ranch, the Hidden Valley Ranch. You can do taco seasoning. And really any type of seasonings that you want to put. You can make it hot if you like it hot, which the people when I got, she don't like it hot. But anyway, I just got the tomatoes because we got to use them up, and I'm just going to leave them whole. I'm going to leave them whole just like they are, and I'm just going to roll it around the pan. And the oven's been heating probably for about 30 minutes because I was busy doing other stuff. You don't have to let it heat that long, but I'm just kind of coating the tomatoes with the olive oil. And of course you can use this, much as you want. Just give it a little coating here. And I don't know how many's in here, maybe 10 or so tomatoes in this little package. Of course you can use any type of tomato you want. You can use the a beefsteak, you can use, yellow tomatoes, you can use those little Italian one. You can use any type. I just happen to have this in the fridge. So we're just going to get those all on there. And I can't pepper too much because the person, they don't like too much pepper, so I'm just going to give it a dusting of pepper. I'm going to take my sea salt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and just kind of like at the top of the tomato. Let me see if you can see that. I'm just going in the top of the tomato, and I'm just kind of going like that, almost like a little hole, in there. And that's where I'm going to put the salt, just a little. And this is like like chunks of sea salt. And I tried to chop it finer, and but I couldn't. I ran out of asparagus. I like asparagus a lot. The other day I made it, and I left the asparagus in too long. And if you leave asparagus in too long, it dries out, and it's like paper. It's like a burnt up paper. So if you just put a little hole in here, and it's okay if a little bit of the juice comes out of the top. And then I'm just going to take my little sea salt granules, and I'm just going to try to stick. And they're pretty, good size. They're pretty good sized chunks. I mean, it's not, I don't know if you can see that. They're pretty good sized chunks, so it's not like it's real thin. And I'm just going to put that in there. And because, of course, you know that tomatoes and salt go very, very well together. So just going to put a little bit of that on there. Okay, got that set. And the onion, this is all I got left. I'm just going to leave it just like it is, whole, kind of like that. And if the phone don't stop ringing, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to coat that with a little bit of the oil. It's just leftover, just leftover onion. You could do as many onions as you want. I like leaving it whole, give it a chance to line these up here a little bit so we can fit some squash on here. Get that all coated. I've already answered the phone once and asked, could you please cook all in here? Because this is every day, all day, non-stop. I don't know if these people don't have nothing else to do. I'm not sure. Now the squash, it's a yellow squash, and I'm going to leave the skin on, and I'm going to make it like a little boat. I'm going to cut them long ways. So I'm going to make them like that, just kind of like a long kind of, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay them here, and this I will pour a little bit more olive oil over it. And I like leaving the squash in bigger chunks because it does have a tendency to dry up too. So I've got my tomatoes. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil on the squash, and olive oil is not going to hurt you, so you can be liberal. I'm going to put a little bit more salt on there. So I've got one tray done. I don't know if you can see, I got one tray done of the tomatoes, the onion, and the squash. So that's all going to go on one tray. And this takes about, you kind of have to watch it depending on what vegetables that you use. Like I said, the potatoes take the longest. And with the potatoes, I do a little bit different with the potatoes and the carrots. The potatoes and the carrots, I'm going to toss them in some mayo, just very light mayo, and it gives it a coating, and it makes it like real crispy on the outside and real kind of like tender on the inside. So it's almost like eating French fries, but it's not. And these are just leftover carrots, and I'm just going to take the ends off the carrots and the little tips. Anyway, how's everybody's day going? We're supposed to get some cold weather. The floods are still going on. I called the lady, that I take care of when I'm down there, and it's going to be about 4 more, I think they said 4 more days of rain. So I think they're still in bad shape with that. And I think Tennessee's getting it. And here's my bowl that I got with my spoon. And I'm not going to cut the carrots real small. Just good kind of good size. Not too bad of a size chunk, but almost like a bite-sized chunk, you know, like that. Just a bite size, and I'll cut that again in half. Oops, don't forget that, it went on the floor. Like a bite-sized chunk, that's all. You just put them in here. And these will get real sweet like when they, and now with this, I don't have no need to put olive oil on them. I just put a little bit on the bottom of the pan because they are going to be coated with the mayo. And you don't have to use a lot. And of course you can use Hellman. I mean, you know, you can use any brand mayo, salad dressing, I would imagine. Some people like that Miracle Whip, which I don't. But I mean, you could pretty much coat that with any type of mayo like that. And I would imagine, I mean, I know they have mayonnaise, which is the vegetarian, or you don't have to coat it at all. I mean, if you just wanted to roast it like the other ones, then you would put a little olive oil on there. You don't have to. It just kind of protects it. And I did not take the skin, you know, I just took the ends off, just snip the ends. And this is nice because you can put it on, let it go for a while, you know, and you could be busy doing other things, you know. And I'm going to set that right there. Let's see when I'm going to get to working on my potato. Now, the only thing with potatoes, you also leave the skins on. You don't, I mean, you can take them off, but I never have. And what I do is I just try to get the eyes, just try to get a few of the eyes out. Any dark places, you know what I mean? Anything like that. Just get them out. And then you don't rinse them. And I pretty much cut them in half like this, depending on how big the potato is. So, and you don't rinse them, leave them dry. Just make sure that you get like these eyes. Get like these, I don't know if you can see it on this camera, but see like the eyes. Make sure you get those out of there. Any bad places that might be in there. I had to take the girls to the spa today. My mom went with my sister yesterday for a little spa. I guess they had a sale or something on, because that's the only way you could afford it. Do you know how much it is to valet park there? $78 just to valet park. Believe that? Anyway, they gave them, my mom and my sister, 2 free passes for today. Well, I had the dog, so I really couldn't go, and so she took her friend. So I got up and I dropped them off, and they can stay all day if they want. The only thing that pass doesn't pay for is like facials and things like that, but you can use the pool, the sauna, you know, just lay around and relax. So that's what they're doing. So that's a nice little day out for them. And then when they call, I'll go pick them up. And it, depending on how big of a family you have, you know, it depends on how many potatoes that you're gonna, I think that was like about 3 I did. I mean, it's just, that just depends. And they really are good. It gives you almost like a taste of a French fry, but it's, you know, better for you. And then, you know, your dinner's done. And this could just be, I mean, I don't eat meat, but the other ones do. But this could also be, if you do eat meat, this could just be a side. You know, you could just roast these vegetables, and then whatever meat you have, you know, this could just be your side of roasted veggies, you know. And they seem to like them a lot, so I pretty much, I'll make a little bit more, because, you know, they're always good too, for like the next day. If you want, you can always take them and slice them a little thinner and put a little green pepper, which I don't have today, and you can make like a O'Brien, you know, fried potatoes with a little onion and maybe with your eggs and your green pepper. So you can also do that too with like the leftovers. So, you know, it's not gonna hurt, in other words, and it's not gonna go to waste. And we're supposed to get really cold weather. I had to reschedule my therapy appointment for today so I could take the girls. Of course, Thursday and Friday, it's supposed to be the coldest that we've had. It's still not below 50 below zero, so that's good. But it is going to be colder than it has been. Now today they said it got up to 40. So of course everything melted, and which is good. I mean, I'll take this kind of winter because I cannot get around in the ice and the snow. It's real hard for me. So this is perfect for me. And still needing a vehicle. I got to get Hawes back soon. I told the people March 1st, so I mean, I got to get him back, and then I've got to find a way home. So I'm trying to work on that. Plus, go to the doctor, see if I have to get the operation on that leg, which I'm hoping I don't. And so there's a lot of stuff going on today with it's amazing what you can find to talk about when you've been off the couch chat for a couple of days. Things build up to talk about, don't they? So, yeah, so it's just been resting. I've been resting, which is good. Because the more I do, the more my leg swells. Like right now, I can't. It's getting where my feet and legs are hurting. So I might have to bring the chair over. I'm afraid you wouldn't be able to see me, but I'm almost done. And I don't know. I don't really have enough people, I don't think, yet on my channel to go live, but you never know. You never know. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you try this recipe. And like I said, you can do it. If I had the ranch, powdered ranch, all I have is taco, and I'm not too sure they would want taco. If I did have the ranch, I probably would use a little sprinkle of that. And I do have a salad dressing in the fridge, which you could also use. It's a Valdelia onion, but a lot of people don't like that taste. But I mean, you can also use, if you wanted to, and I have done in the past, besides using any type of mayo or salad dressing, you can use a little bit of Italian dressing if you wanted to, like a wishbone or, just a little bit of olive oil, make your own and give it more like an Italian taste. And I remember Uncle Pete, I'll tell you a story. Uncle Pete next door, and Aunt Mira was my mom's best friend, one of my mom's friends, and he was a chef downtown. He was Greek, and so we had never had, if you want to call it exotic food like that. It was just like tater tots and, you know what I mean, hot dogs and whatever. And so one day he told my mom, he said, I'm going to make this dish for you, and he made something called chicken vensuvia. Well, we didn't know nothing about that then. And I guess it's just your roasted chicken with the garlic, and you peel the potatoes in the size that I'm doing, but they're peeled, and you put them in there with the olive oil and your seasonings, and you bake it. It was called chicken vensuvia. Well, we thought we died and went to heaven with that because he was such a good chef, Uncle Pete was. And, they're both gone now. They've been gone a long time. But I mean, there's just so many different ways that you can do these potatoes. And if you wanted to, now I have never coated it with mayo, but I mean, if you wanted to, if I had it, you could also do sweet potatoes. You can roast sweet potatoes, and a lot of times what I do for the folks, kids, is I'll put a little pumpkin spice and a little cinnamon and a little butter and make it almost like a little dessert taste kind of to it. So, but this recipe is so simple. It's not hard. It doesn't really take that much time. And I'm just using up these potatoes because they seem like they're got those eyes, and they're, the eyes are taking over. And I wish I had my chickens. I guess my girlfriend said they're doing good. She put them up on the hill. So, but I mean, they would eat all the scraps and stuff. And the next project I got to do, I found my marigold seeds. I got to find the corn seeds and the sunflower seeds, and I'm going to start those. So, get this done. And I also will put salt, the sea salt and pepper on this. And I just got 2 potatoes left. One big one that I don't even know how much the potato is. I guess it's still good. But like I don't make this many, but because their potatoes are getting old, and it seems like when you get the potatoes in the store anyway, they're already old. When I had the potatoes this year in the garden, well, let me tell you the difference, the taste between when you dig them up yourself in the garden, or you buy them at the store. You can tell the difference how old the ones in the store. Like if you, like say if you're making potato salad, it just sometimes doesn't have that taste because the potatoes aren't fresh anymore. I don't know why that is, if it's long in travel or what it is, but they're not the same anymore. And that's any kind, whether you get the red, the Yukon Gold, the russet, and I might add, you can also use, you don't have to, I'm right now using red. You don't have to use red. You can use russet. You can use a Yukon Gold. You can use the purple fingerlings. I mean, you can use pretty much any potato that you want. I just happen to have red in the cabinet there, you know. But I mean, you can use any type of potato that you want to use. I guarantee you the kids are going to like this too, because it does give it that like potato-y taste. And like I said, make sure that they're dry. Now I'm going to let me put my scraps in the bag. My scrap. And like I said, because the oven is so hot, you know, it's been on a while, you know, they'll start cooking right away. So that's kind of good. Get this all cleaned up. It's almost Valentine's Day. It don't mean anything to me, but it might mean something to you all. I hope everybody make a comment what kind of maybe plants are going to do. I know here that even though it's horrible food, not horrible food, but bad for you, the White Castles, they have a thing where you can, because my cousin did this with her son, make a little reservation, and you know, and they make it really nice for you for people maybe that can't go to a fancy place. So I'm just going to lightly pepper, and I'm going to put the salt. Like I said, you can hear it, and then and like I said, you do not put oil. Use any type of dressing that you want. I just happen to have the Hellmann's. Probably about just like that spoon, like a scoop like that. I mean, just till it's well covered. You just want to make sure that the potatoes, the carrots, you know, that everything is covered with the dressing that you're going to use. And of course, if you want to make your own, I don't want to get my arm, see my arm there. If you want to make your own mayonnaise, I know our Half Acre Homestead with Mrs. Volpe, she has made, and there's been others too, Patera and the different ones. You can make your own salad dressing. So that's also an option too. Now this would be really good with your fresh veggies from the garden. Over an open campfire, you know, like get a cast iron skillet and put it on the fire and roast them. They'd be really good. And peppers too. I like peppers, but I just didn't have them. And I do like the asparagus. So that's all I needed. I didn't need a whole lot of mayo. And I'm just going to scoop them onto the pan. Scoop them on there. It's kind of heavy. Just kind of scoop them all on there. And it's okay if the carrots and potatoes are mixed together. You know, they don't have to be, like the other ones I separated, but these you don't. You can just kind of throw them on there. Make sure they're not too humped up together. And I'm going to pick up that computer, and I'm going to, hopefully it doesn't make you too dizzy, I'm going to pick it up and kind of show you the how I did it here. And sometimes I will, maybe after an hour, just depending on how they're doing, sometimes I will turn them. You know, I know this might make you kind of dizzy, I'm sorry. Plug the GoPro. But I've been tired of using the phone. But anyway, let me see if I can show you what it looks like. So that's what it kind of looks like. So you got your, let me see if I can get that. You got your potatoes and your carrots, and you see how I got them all lined up on the sheet pan, all ready to go in the oven. You know, so you just kind of put them on there, and I hope you don't get dizzy from that. I don't know what else to do. The camera doesn't seem like it gets shots or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm charging the GoPro, so next time, hopefully, it'll do it. So let me get my little gloves out, my mitts. And then we're going to go. My oven is at 395, but if you wanted to even slower roast them, you can put them at 350 or under, and then just watch it. I mean, if you wanted to even put it on 200 and just, I'm going to put the potatoes on the bottom rack, and I'm going to put these on the top. And these probably will cook faster than the potatoes. So you just have to kind of eyeball it, and it's already sizzling. I can hear it sizzling in there. And that's my little recipe for today. And I hope you try it out. I hope this, filming it on this computer like this isn't too, like a fuzzy haze to it. But that's all I can think of. Like I said, it's just trying it out. Just doing a little chit chat today. Not on the couch, we're just in the kitchen chit chatting, doing a little cooking, nothing extensive. But if there's any recipes, something that you maybe want, leave it in the comments below. I can pretty much cook anything. Even though I don't eat meat, I will cook meat dishes for them. So a lot of southern dishes, just maybe something you're thinking of, even maybe a dessert. Rice pudding I do, just put it in the comments and we'll see what we can do. But like and subscribe. I hope you liked this video. I hope it wasn't too fuzzy and not the best quality, but I'm charging the GoPro and I can't afford these professional whatever, so I just kind of have to use what I have, And but thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. And hopefully, now tomorrow I got to swim. I had to reschedule because I'm taking the girls today, so I had to reschedule. And so tomorrow is swim, so I'll probably be wore out. So if I do the couch chat, it probably will be later in the evening. But thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out the channel. Seeing a little bit of my life, what I do. And I appreciate, you watching, and I hope everybody has a good day. Bye.